Hello to your homegirls. How you guys doing? Welcome to another 3 Looks 1 palette. This morning we're going to be using the Blend Bunny Beauty Below palette. This palette is so freaking pretty. Look at how gorgeous that packaging is. Those little mermaids, sirens, the hollow, so gorgeous. As usual, here I'm showing you guys the packaging. This is the back of the box. This is where you see all the shades, and then this is the actual palette. The box and the palette actually match. It's just that the back of this palette doesn't have the image of the shades. I just love this packaging so much. This royal blue is so pretty. Here is the beautiful color story. I will be honest, when I first saw this color story, I was not really intrigued. These shades are nothing too special to me, but when I realized that it was split up into quads, then that's when I was like, oh, this is tea. Here I'm pulling off the plastic off the mirror, and honestly, that was the highlight of that morning. I was having a terrible morning. For this look, we're starting off with the black, but I am going to be using the blue quad for this look. I wanted to do a blue look. This is my first time using this palette, and for this one, we got to treat this like the first pancake and we got to throw it out. I was not happy with this. I don't know if it's because my morning was so jacked. I woke up with a pimple in the center of my face. I have a pimple patch here. I cooked breakfast, burnt my finger. All that drama for a breakfast that I didn't even like. I didn't know what the heck was going on with my morning. And the bad vibes just followed me into this look. It's going to end up looking good on camera. It looks good with the lights on it. But in person, I did not really enjoy this look. That's nothing against this palette. It's just me and my vibes for that morning. Here I was flexing that I had clean brushes, but that doesn't mean anything because they're not put away. So we are going to go into the navy blue. I'm going to put shade names on the screen because I don't have the palette in front of me right now. And I'm just going to blend out the black with the blue. Now, I was attempting to do the same kind of blend that I did in my ColourPop palette, the green look, which the blend that I loved so much. But the difference here is I did not use a transition shade. I should have used a transition shade, and my preference usually is to blend light to dark. I feel like I have way more control that way, and I think the shape got away from me here. Just all types of things just did not hit the way that I wanted it to hit for this look. So I switch brushes in attempts for a better blend. Y'all, this video is going to be really long. Switching to a big floofer, and I'm going to go into the light blue in that quad, and that is called the Watery Grave. It's very pretty. It is a really pretty color, and that's what I'm going to use to blend the entire eye out with. That's going to be like my blowout shade. But what I was saying, this video is very long. What I'm going to do is I'm going to timestamp so that you'll be able to flip through each look, and then flip over to the end review if you want. I am going to do a pass through of each shade just to, embolden my look. And I know you're probably thinking like, Miss Girl, this video is so long. Why don't you just do one eye and then come back and do the second eye? I cannot work that way. I lose symmetry. When I do that, I can't do it. I'm not built like that. I'm going to mention this in my review of the palette, but one of the reasons that I did not really like this blend is I know we can see the black here, but that black and blue were of such similar tone that it just did not hit for me. I'm going to cut my crease with some white. If you're a regular here, you know that's a cream contour palette from Beauty Creations. I had no intentions of cutting my crease, but this palette is dark. I needed a little bit of something, and I was going to work. So it's not like I was going out or something. So I needed a little something to make my eye pop. So I'm cutting the crease with the white just to make the light blue that I'm going to use pop off a little more. So I'm just making sure that white is blended down into my skin, and then I'm going to go back into that watery grave shade and put that all over the eye. This was very disappointing to me. One, because this is such a comfort look for me. You guys, people that have been here since I started my channel know that I love a blue look. A blue look is so safe for me. Like, I love blue. So the fact that it turned out the way that it did really bothered me. I went into a random ColourPop palette for Inner Corner. I should have went into the Twilight palette. I don't know why. That was just the first palette that jumped into my head. So I put that, I'll put the shade on the screen. I'll put that in my inner corner, and then I'm deepening up my outer corner with the Abyss shade again. Once I finish doing that, I start looking into the palette, and this is where I realize there's really nothing to put in an inner corner here. Like, I knew it was a dark palette, but this is where I realized, like, wow, there's no light shades in here. There's nothing in here. There's nowhere to go. I'm using the shade Immerse as my shimmer lid, and that is very pretty. That's when we're starting to look like ocean. It's very much giving ocean. That is a very pretty shimmer. I'll talk more about it at the end of the video. But got that put on the lid, and then I decided to pick up Pulled Under, which is a dark blue with silver shimmers on my finger, and put that towards the back end of my eye. I like a dark shimmer. I know some people feel ways about them. I like them. I think they bring dimension to the eye. I like dark shimmers. This one's okay. I'll talk more about the shimmers at the end of the video, but they're not all this like the same. Some of them have that putty formula. Some of them are really sparkly. Some of them are just high metallic. I'm going to be using my e.l.f. liner. This is the blue one. This is in the shade Midnight. And I'm just putting some of that on, and then I'm going to smoke it out. I'm going to smoke it out with the blue shade Abyss. And please excuse my acrylic thumbnail. Taking off the thumb gives me so much anxiety. It hurts so bad. So sometimes it takes me, I procrastinate and I just don't do it. So sorry. Yeah, I honestly did not feel great this morning at all. I'm going to go back into the black and just put some more depth into my outer corner. But again, it doesn't do much because all of that, it's the same tone as the blue. So it doesn't, it's not even a difference in shade. Blending my life away here. Again, this was just upsetting because this is a do it in my sleep type of look. I have palettes that have made this look so amazing. I have palettes that could have made this look so amazing. So it just bothered me. I'm going to go off and do base and be back. Here I am with base. I'm going in with this NYX Epic Liner pencil. It's in Sapphire Bling. And I'm going to put some of it in my lower lash line, just the outer corner. Yeah, I hated everything. I hated my base. The shape of the eye is not what I thought it was going to be. I don't know. The shape was off. I did not like it. Honestly, this is, when I'm looking at it, it doesn't look bad, but I did not enjoy this look in person. I'm going back into the navy blue, and I'm going to smudge out that liner that I just did on my lower lash line. Also the top and the bottom just did not connect well. None of this is the palette's fault. It is me and my weird vibes. More smudging on my lash line. I didn't mention that I decided to use the eyeliner on my lips impulsively, but it didn't really show up because I had on lip oil. I'm going to do inner corner liner. You cannot have siren eyes without inner corner liner. So I'm doing that again with my e.l.f. Liquid liner. This is in the shade Midnight. All that I do is just, I follow the shape of my inner corner. I'm going to show y'all in the second look a little bit more detail of how I do inner corner liner. I get the liner the way that I want it, and then once it's on there, to sharpen it up, I use either a clean brush or the brush that I use to sharpen my eyebrow or highlight my eyebrow. And that's how I get it to be really sharp and sleek. This is a very natural one. We're going to do a big one for the next look. I had to pull out my Mario palette. For some supporting shades, I'm going to take the special shade. I always call it the special shade. It's just the blue shimmer out of the Mario palette. And that's what I'm going to use in my inner corner of this look. I also was being very lazy for the prep of this eyeshadow look. So this look just started to crease immediately. And then my setup fell. So when I started to record again, I don't know what, I didn't really record. I picked one of the neutral shades for an eyebrow blending situation. And that's the look. That's the final look. Yeah. I put on a hoodie. And I think I messed up my base. To do a quick little breathe in, breathe out. And what do we do when we hate our makeup? We hide behind our glasses. And that was the makeup I wore to work. This is it in the bathroom. I mean, it's pretty. The shimmers are pretty, but you're going to see that my crease is very much creased. Yeah. Yeah. That's my fault. Okay, white from eyebrow to lash line. I'm not messing around. I'm here for redemption. Today, we're going to be using the pink quad. And I'm going to put my inspiration pick up on the screen. But I'm going to start with Tempt for the outer corner shade. The artist's name is Nezra. She's extremely talented. She's worked on SZA. She's out of pocket so good. So there's going to be some weird shapes here. It's going to be definitely graphic, but so much fun. And I love the end result of this one. So a much better mood. So what I did here is I created this little blob shape on my outer corner, but then I am winging out that temp shade. This tempt shade, I didn't expect it to look so purple. I guess because there's an actual true purple, but I am going to discuss, how I feel about redundancies in tone in this palette. I think it's going to sound like I don't like this palette, but I really do. I just have critiques. To blend out the temp shade, I'm going to use the pink in the pink quad, and it is called Siren Shriek, and it's so pretty. I love pink and purple. That is a constant combo on this channel, a beloved one on this channel, and it never ever fails. Like, are we girls or not? Because that's what's going on here. All right, we've established that there are no light shades in the Blend Bunny palette, so I'm going to go into my BH Magnetic in Miami Quad, and I'm going to use, this is such a pretty pink. It's like a neon pastel pink. It's so pretty, and that's going to be my blending shade for this look. All right, now back to me having critiques. Even though I have them, I still respect the creative vision that was chosen here and how they just stood on business. They were like, it's a dark palette, and that's just that on that. And I do respect that as a creative decision, and, stand 10 toes down on it. I respect it. This look is going to require a whole lot of back and forth, reinforcing my colors. So that's just what I'm going to do. I'm going back and forth between the Siren Shriek and Temp shade and my lightest shade from the Miami palette, BH Miami palette. Now I'm starting to create this little hook shape in the shade Siren Shriek to mimic Nezra's shaping. And I'm starting with my lighter colors, and then I'm going to deepen with my deep colors, which is my preference. Then I'm going to go in with this Sigma pencil, and then I'm going to put in Tempt in the center of that hook. Shout out to my brushes for this look. This Sigma pencil brush is one of the best pencil brushes. I have two of them. I have a full-size one and this little mini travel one. I think that was from Pride set. This Morphe little small blender is one of my favorite precision blenders. That is from the Nyan set. Nyan is like that girl that does the video game, like, let's do my makeup. She's so cute. I love her. So yeah. Also, those really skinny liner brushes that you're going to see me use, they are from Moda. So again, just placing and blending using the mattes from Beauty Below and BH. Sorry, I think I didn't film the first me starting out this little shape in my inner corner, but I'm using Entrapment from the quad next to the pink quad in the Beauty Below palette. And again, we're going to talk about the layout. This layout is just so perfect. So the middle of the palette are the neutral shades, and on either side are the colorful shades. So I'm just creating this, what would you call this oblong shape on the inner of my eye, and it's going into a nose contour shape, and then I'm also lining my top lash line with it as well. And then again, I'm using a Moda liner brush, and I'm going to do that precision work, and then I'm going to do some precision blending. Because my eyes are hooded, I have to leave my eye open, lay down the shape, and then finish off with a closed eye. It's just hooded eye activity. I honestly was taken aback by some of the shades in this palette. Like, this Entrapment shade is very beautiful. It's beautiful because I love purple, and it leans very purple. It's like a plummy brown. I think it's beautiful. I can't wait to do a neutral look with it, but I just didn't expect that from this shade. Just like with the Tempt shade, I didn't expect it to look so purple. I was expecting it to look like a deepened berried, blackened berry shade. So some of these shades kind of took me by surprise. I'm cleaning up any mistakes with a liner brush and my primer. This primer is from Glam Light, by the way, from the Kiss collection. And again, I'm going to continue to precision blend. These brushes are craft brushes that I got from Five Below. I love to use them for creative looks. Blend Bunny's formula just lends itself to creative makeup so well. If you want to get into creative makeup, want to get into color, Blend Bunny is an amazing place to start. This formula, there's nothing like it. It's so easy to use, so easy to blend. It's impeccable. All right, this look is supposed to be all matte, but y'all know I'm not built like that. So I'm going to go into this shade. I did my Googles. It's a Targetess. She was some sort of goddess and then got turned into a mermaid. I don't know. I didn't go deep into the story, but that's what it is. I love when the palette makes you do your Googles. And then I'm going to go into her Prey. It's just like a blending shade for me. It's very pretty, though. It's peachy. I can't wait to use it. And then the classic green bead gold shade. This shade is called Trance. It's so pretty. The most beautiful green gold. It's so gorgeous. I left a lot of this footage for this look in, so I apologize in advance. I'm taking the Siren Shriek shade and I'm blending out my Entrapment shade in my inner corner, going into my blending shade in the BH palette, and then continuing my light, mid, deep blend. And then now we're going to do something very similar to what we did in the inner corner on the brow bone. So I'm going to create an oblong shape on the highest point of my eyebrow, and then swoop that out into the outer corner of the eye. And I'm using the same Entrapment shade as what I used in the inner corner. Do y'all think Entrapment and Tempt look the same? I mean, I guess now that we're looking at them right here, I do see that Tempt is a bit more purple and Entrapment is a bit more dark plum. While I was doing this, I thought they looked very similar, and that was bothering me. I'm going to discuss this at the end of the video. I just feel like there's a lot of redundancy in tone in this palette. I'm using my precision brushes again to blend. So I'm just bringing the deep shade into the little oblong shape, and then I'm going to put the same shimmers that I put in my inner corner in that little brow bone shape. And that's the Targetist shade. And then I'm going to do her prey, and then I'm going to do the green shade Trance. Because I was using such little amounts of shimmer in this look, I didn't really give them the opportunity to shine in the way that, you know, they deserve to. But that was the nature of this look. I impulsively took the Trance shade onto my brow bone. And then I'm going to take a Targetist, and then I'm going to bring that into, I believe this is called the orbital bone. I'm just blending up from my little inner corner weird shape, just to like shape out the eye a little more. This is where I'm going into my own vibe and, you know, stepping away from Nezra's look, but just trying to make the look fit my eye. So this isn't a matte, but I'm kind of treating it like one. So I'm blending it out in that orbital bone, and then I'm starting to feel the vibes. I'm starting to like it. And then we're going to go back into Tempt. I think we're going to start working on the lower lash line here. And then bring that down. Nezra's lower lash line was very intense. I struggle with a very intense lower lash line. I have very tiny eyes, so I don't like the idea of closing them off too much or having them surrounded by so much dark shadow. I very rarely do that, and even here I wanted to, but I don't know, my artistry just wouldn't allow me to let it get that big. So I'm keeping it pretty tight to the eye. And then Nezra actually brought it into the inner corner, and I decided not to. Then I'm going to go back into Siren Shriek and then blend that out. Did any Catholics give up anything for Lent? Let me know if you did. I'm not extremely religious, but I need to give up sugar and soda and stuff. I am kind of on my cycle here, and my skin looks so tragic. I really need to up my water intake and stop with all the sugar because I see it in my skin and I hate it. So for month of April, I'm going to try to rid myself of sugar. Okay, we're doing inner corner liner here. Very intense, a little bit more bigger than what I usually do. And then back into the pink shimmer, and then I'm going to use the same shimmers that I used everywhere else on my brow, except I don't think I put her prey on there. Oh, and then we're going to do a little bit of this Lilith Soleil in my lower inner corner. That shade is so pretty. I can't wait to do a look with that as my shimmer. It's so pretty. So I'm just precisely putting that in the lower lash line of my inner corner. I thought gems would be a really good accessory to this look, but I wanted to finish off my blending. So I'm going into Siren Shriek to blend my mids. And then I'm going to go into the BH pink and then get everywhere else. I'm trying to get rid of it as much white in the eye as I can here, but you know, it's part of the look. So I'm just trying to get a nice blurred blend for this look. And I think it looks so good. I like it a lot. This was fun. I love how graphic it is. I'm going to keep blending, I believe. Yep, blending up the top. I didn't even realize that my nose. This is why you should do your eyes first and then go do your base. But when I'm doing looks like this, I like to do my base first because I don't like to do base over a big eye look like this. So that's just me. You can do your eyes whenever you want. Don't let people shame you into thinking that you got to do your eyes first. You don't. Do them whenever you please. So more blending, more blending, more blending. And then here I was trying to make the lower lash line bigger, but I have very sensitive eyes. I'm very lucky that I get to do eyeshadow at all, but my eyes be like one and that's it. No more after that. So I couldn't go as big as I wanted because my eyes started watering at this point. And here we're going to start placing the gems. Trying to be as symmetrical as possible and just placing them where I feel like they make sense. These gems are from Profusion. They came in, I think, like a makeup bag or something that I bought. I placed one in that orbital bone area, one in the center of the eye look, because this is kind of like a halo. So kind of to emphasize the center, and then one kind of teardrop shape underneath the brow bone, and then two at the end of the brow. So I am doing a little bit of liner here just for a little bit of a lifting effect to the eye. And I'm using just my favorite e.l.f. black liner, and I think I'm just gonna end up smoking it out with the temp shade. Yes, I am. And I ended up having to switch brushes because the brush that I picked initially was way too big. So I'm just smoking it out with the same liner brush that I use for my lower lash line. And I think that looks so good. So pretty. Just moisturizing my dry lips here. But we're going to do some highlighter as if I'm not highlighted enough. This is my Makeup Revolution Looney Tunes. And I'm just doing a little bit of pink highlighter and blending it out. I have blush lighter on under that, so I don't know why I felt like I needed all that highlighter. My lips are indie. It's Clarity Cosmetics Hot Fudge Brownie, I believe. And then Unearthly, it's a discontinued matte lipstick. It's called Nirvana, I think. That's the look. I absolutely love it. I definitely did redeem myself. This was so fun. I do think I did Nezra justice. I love it. I love pink and purple. This looks so good. I love it. I will say I did Siren Eyes 3 ways here. And yeah, all 3 of the looks are Siren Eyes, just different versions. And I do think the color story is very on theme. It is very girly, aquatic, very mermaid. I think all the looks do look very Siren-esque. And this is my second little Siren eye. Here we are in the bathroom. See the little glow from the shimmers. Again, they're not getting much play in this look, but look at how bright the mattes are. So beautiful. I really enjoyed doing this look, and this blend is very beautiful. I'm very happy with it. Love. Beautiful. Let's do the third look. Y'all, it's taking me so long to get back to this voiceover. Today we're going to be using the green quad, and I'm going to start with this green. It's called Beware the Mermaid, and I'm going to place that in my brow bone. That's such a pretty green. I didn't expect it to look like that. It looks like a sagey green in the palette, but it reads as a sea foam blue green on my skin. It's so pretty. I'm going to use the black base from the Glam Light base little duo thing, and I'm going to do some liner. I am going to put my inspiration pick on the screen. It is from Doechii. I stumbled upon one of Doechii's makeup artists on Instagram, and she is insanely talented. Sometimes when I see people with that much creativity. I'm just like, what? Where does that come from? But she's so talented. It's insane. But Doechii works with a lot of amazing makeup artists, and it made me think of this palette because Doechii's makeup artist uses a lot of Blend Bunny. She uses the Sickly Sweet palette all the time. So yeah, it made me think of her and her work. I'm deciding to lay down my shape with the black base just to get the shape down with the base so that I don't have to mess around with the black too much. I'm going to do my base. Here I am with the base. Here's where I promise in-depth of inner corner liner just because I'm going to be doing a bigger one. I just showed you that I'm going to be using 3 very precise brushes. That is some of that black base. And I'm picking some up and I'm just following the top corner of my eye. I guess this is not really a tutorial because I'm going too fast. But honestly, I'm just following the shape of my eye and just elongating it. Here, usually I wouldn't bring it all up into the inner corner like that, but the eye look calls for that. So I'm bringing the black into the eye. Then we're going to blend that out with black, set it into place with black. Again, the black in here is called Take Heed, and I don't have to do much because I already have black base down and my shape down. So I'm just reinforcing with black shadow. Then some more neutrals. This is Abduction. Very, very beautiful. I like this. I haven't done a neutral look with this palette yet, but I'm going to because I think the neutrals in here are so nice. I love a colorful palette with neutrals. So yeah, I'm excited. So I'm just blending out the black with that cool tone brown, and it is a very cool tone. So I'm looking forward to playing around with it. Y'all know I love cool tones. So cool tones along with all these jewel tones. This is a me palette. Oh, this is me showing y'all how good Blend Bunny shadows are. I think I took the black shadow up too high. And then here I'm just showing you how easy it was to just blend that mess up away. Blend Bunny's shadows are just so good, so easy to use. You can't mess it up. You can't do anything to mess it up. So good. All right, now I'm going to be using this green shimmer. It's called Mesmerizing. It's absolutely stunning. Yeah. So essentially just a halo here. And that's the look. I'm just doing lower lash line work here. Just bringing the black and stuff down into the lower lash line. And that's the look. Oh, I'm going to do black in my waterline with the Danessa Myrix. That irritated my eye so bad. You're gonna see when I show you. I guess I'm thinking about something here. Oh, my lip. That's Juvia's Place. I think that's in the shade Espresso. And then that is Fenty Major Magnet. And then I'm gonna be using this silver from the Danessa Light Work Volume 5. What I was thinking about when I was thinking about the lip was, do I want to copy Doechii's lip? But I've actually really been into these frosty lips. I know Unearthly just dropped metallic lipsticks. Like, I feel like frosty 2000 lips are coming back, and I have been wearing some kind of variation of this lately. So it's been fun. This silver from the Lightwork 5 palette is called Invincible. It's so good. I love this palette so much. It's so beautiful. All right. So there you have it. Blending out that as a highlight. Girl, I do not have the skin at this time to be highlighting my skin. But I was into the final look. Mascara. Well, that's the Call Me Queen by Essence. And then I'm going to go into the green in the Danessa for highlighting my brow. And that's the final look. That's... Oh, man. Don't we love makeup? Ugh. Look at how irritated my eyes were. That's what you get. I was too lazy to pull out a pencil to line my waterline. So I used the Danessa Groundwork. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love this look so much. Look how pretty the shimmer is. It's a very scary mermaid. Well, that was fun. Let's talk about it. This is look 3. You would have just seen me finish this off. I know this is a lot. I was wondering, I was like, am I gonna be able to look at myself film this with this crazy makeup on? But this is very much giving final form Siren. It's so pretty in person. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, some talking points so that I wouldn't ramble. My phone is about to die, so I can't ramble. So let's get into it. This is Blend Bunny Cosmetics Beauty Below. This is my 3rd Blend Bunny palette. I'm not a stranger to Miss Blend Bunny. This brand is everything you hear. If you don't have Blend Bunny, everything you hear about Blend Bunny is 100% accurate. They earn their reputation. It's true. They really are that good. So this is the Beauty Below palette. I would have showed you packaging at the beginning of the video. This is out of pocket beautiful. I love jewel tones. I don't know if I've mentioned this on here before. My season is a deep winter. I love navy blue. It's all around me. My nightstand is navy blue and gold. You guys know I love green, purple. So this deep midnight blue with this hollow and these young, whatever they are, I can't get over it. This is absolutely stunning. When I first saw this palette drop, I was like, ooh, yes, the cover is pretty, but you know, I don't need it. I saw the color story. I didn't really feel anything. I didn't really feel a pull for it. But then there's this lady on here. Her name is Andy Garcia. And I used her code to purchase this because she demoed this on her channel. I will link her channel below. All she does is show you palettes up close and personal, and she swatches every single color. That's all she does on her channel. So when I saw her video, first, the pictures online for the cover art, I didn't know it was this hollow and this pretty. So then that's when I saw how pretty it was on Andy's video. And then when she started swatching, this is the color story. I personally, let's start talking about layout now. Something about matte shimmer doesn't sit well with me. I don't like that. It's like too patterned for me, and I don't know, it messes with me a little bit. So I did not see the quads at first. And then once I realized that it was separated into quads and it was like all my favorite colors, I was like, okay. I purchased this on launch, in the same hour of launch. I did not want to take any chances of this selling out. So I just think this is insane. I love a mermaid theme. Always have loved a mermaid theme. So pretty. I love it. This layout is out of control fire. This is so fun. If you like eyeshadow palettes like as a creative toy, this is fun. I love the split into the quads. And one thing I really like about Maggie is that you can't put her in a corner. You gotta be quicker than that when you're assuming what she's gonna drop next. You never know what she's gonna do, and everything is so different. I love when she throws people off kilter. I love that. And this is so different because she usually gives you 3 gradient mattes and a shimmer. That's her normal formula for her palettes. This is 2 gradient mattes and 2 shimmers. Also, she usually lays her palettes out in columns of monochrome columns, but what she did for this palette is that she separated the monochrome out into quads, and that is so fun to me. I love it. I love mix matching the quads. I love a monochrome look, but I don't love a monochrome palette. I also don't like a paint by numbers palette. I don't have any other than Forget Me Not. I don't have any of the like gradient blend bunnies because I don't like that. It feels insulting to me. So I don't want that. So here with the quads is just so fun because first, I feel like obviously it's split up into the quads, but then I also feel like it's split up from top to bottom, because when I was using like say the blue palette, I scooted on over here. When I was using the pink quad, I scooted on over here to the neutrals. So top to bottom is very like, it's cohesive. Yeah. Also, you can mix and match them. I really want to do a pink and green look. Only thing I really didn't touch, I did touch Lila and Slay, but I didn't do a purple because I am a crazy purple person. So everything I own is purple. I do a lot of purple looks. So there's going to be a purple look. Like that's just the, you know. So I left purple alone and decided to mess with everything else. What didn't I use? I didn't use the purple mattes. I didn't use the dark purple shimmer. I didn't use the dark neutral shimmer. I didn't use the dark pink shimmer. I didn't use neither of the dark greens. I didn't use the black shimmer. Yeah. Everything else I used. Quality, I'm not going to talk about Blend Bunny quality. Blend Bunny is exactly what it says it is. You will never run into any blending issues with a Blend Bunny palette. The mattes are just, you can't mess it up. It's like, I don't know. I love it. I'm not the one that's going to talk about Blend Bunny formula because I feel like there's nothing to be said. It's just good. Just use it. You know what I mean? So Blend Bunny shimmers are never really their highlight. There's a lot of pretty shimmers in here. I like this Mesmerizing that I'm wearing right now. I really love the Merce. That was so pretty. They're all right. I never really expect much from Blend Bunny shimmers. It's really about the mattes for Blend Bunny for me. But they're pretty. They're fun. I'll find ways to incorporate them. But I think, you know, Blend Bunny is not who you should go to for shimmers, in my opinion. This was gorgeous. All these tones are tones that's why when I first saw the layout, I wasn't really too, you know, pulled by it. Again, I'm a deep winter. These are deep winter colors. None of these worry me. None of these shades worry me. But the issue that I ran into when using this, like I'm sure everyone else, which is crazy for me because I love deep dark, smoky, smoky, smoky. So I just think it's kind of crazy that I thought that this palette was too dark. I did find this palette a little hard to wear. I do find this palette hard to wear. And that's crazy. I never really said that in a review before, but you would have seen with my first look, the blue look, I wore that to work and I felt uncomfortable. I'm no stranger. I don't feel fear. You guys know I'm a colorful person. I like color. I wear color to work. But this is just very dark, very bold. This reminds me of my Juvia's Place Afro Galactic, where it's not, I cannot really wear this during the day. I think this is a nighttime palette. I think this is a going out palette. I think this is like a festival, creative, playing a makeup palette, but like wearable looks, maybe when I pair with other things, absolutely. But just on its own, I can't get very many wearable looks unless I'm just doing like smoky liner. And of course, this is a smoky eye factory. There's smoky eye after smoky eye after smoky eye. But me, I'm thinking about creative looks, and I did run into being stuck here. And it's just the nature of how Maggie decided to do this. She left out her Formula Light Shimmer, and I guess that is so that this palette can pair with Lure. And I always wanted Lure, and I'm actually very glad that I didn't get Lure and got this instead. But I do think this would be a very good sister to Lure, because the lighter blending shades that you're missing in here are definitely in Lure. And that's why I was always able to talk myself out of a Lure, because I just felt like it was too bright. I knew I wasn't gonna wear it. So like this though, this packaging is stunning. I love the blue packaging. I also purchased this because pans are magnetic, and I am starting to get more into BYOPs. I have a BYOP video coming up here next soon on the channel, and that was a lot of fun. So when I'm putting together a palette, it's gonna be useful to have this around. I love all the shades that I did use. It's gonna be cool around Halloween time as well. I did have to bring up two cons just in case anyone is really into this review for some inside information. Details about what I think about this color story, what you're getting. So because everything in this palette is so deep and dark, y'all know I'm obsessed with the eyeshadow palette with a black in it. Now, because these are so dark, a lot of it is redundant. The black and the blue look very similar. Like, that's why I didn't really like my blue blend that much, is because what I'm trying to say is a lot of this is of the same tone. So it's not like, because we're varying colors so much, it's not like everything you do is gonna look the same. It's just that some of this stuff, the tones are just way too similar. Even when we move up to the purple row, of course I didn't use the purple quad, but in my second look when I was doing pink and the neutral, this burgundy-ish color looks like I would imagine this purple looks. And this Entrapment neutral shade, which looks beautiful, I can't wait to try a neutral look with this palette, but it reads purple to me. Like it has like this plum undertone, and that's why I said, like, I feel like the top and the bottom are separated into their own color families as well, because this top row, or this top half, is very purpley. Even though it looks like you have purple, pink, neutral, everything is, and I guess that's what makes it cohesive, and that could be a good and a bad thing. It's just similar tones, redundancy. If redundancy bothers you, or if you notice that, you're gonna struggle with that, because I really didn't like that my navy blue and my black looked so similar in tone. The reason why I love Blend Bunny is because the blend is just so perfect, because she gives you exactly, and I am a textbook light, mid, dark blender. I want all three for a flawless blend. And the fact that my light matte is missing, and when I'm going across this palette, I have so much blackened, deepened, same tone type of mattes. That's not my favorite. That's not my favorite. I like variance, I like nuance, and yeah, it's missing in these deep tones. Second con, like I said, this is my third Blend Bunny palette. Luckily for me, when I never really show me opening a palette on camera, so I always just open my palettes like this. And luckily I had it open like that, because this was kind of broken apart, or like was kind of trying to pop out, and the same kind of for mesmerizing as well. Like, it's like coming up off the corners. And I saw this young lady got this palette, and she opened it on camera, and then this same exact shade, which is, in my opinion, one of the prettiest shades in this palette, popped out onto her carpet. And I tell y'all all the time, my Forget Me Not palette came kind of like banged up, and I think I am gonna send an email. I'm not that girl. I hate it. I'm ADHD. I don't like doing stuff like that. I don't like using my time for stuff like that. But I just, yeah, I just really enjoy Maggie and Blend Bunny so much as a brand. I want, not that they need me to give them improvement stuff, but I don't want people to be getting their palettes banged up, broken up shades, when I shop with so many other brands who really take the precautions to make sure that these palettes do not come in the mail broken. And honestly, getting a broken Blend Bunny palette in the mail broken is a shame to humanity. Like, a unicorn cries, because it truly, the quality of her palettes is just too good to be like messed up, shattered. It needs to be protected, and I think that this company needs to put a little bit more effort into making sure that their palettes get to their customers safe. So those are my only two cons. Other than that, I think it's a wonderful palette, right up my alley. So cool, so beautiful. I love to have it. Oh, lastly, I never really talk about price on the palettes. One, because I'm usually reviewing drugstore palettes, because I leave the indie palettes up to the girls, because when the indie palettes drop, 70 million people drop videos on launch day. So I kind of leave that up to the creators, up to the bigger creators. I'm usually reviewing drugstore, so I don't really feel like price is worth a mention, but I think this is $44 or $45. I'll put the price on the screen, and I think that's so amazing, especially in this climate where indie is so expensive now. Indie palettes are so pricey, $60, $70, $80 for an eyeshadow palette. So for this to be as stunning of packaging that it is, like, and this is not just stunning, it's a very hefty packaging, stunning packaging with a mirror, all these stunning, magical, easy to use, pigmented, beautiful shades for $45, and magnetic pans. I think that's wild. I think that's so wild, and I can't get over it. What I'm gonna do, let me compare this to Sickly Sweet. Very happy to get this in the mail and realize that it wasn't as big as I thought it was. I don't really enjoy big palettes. It's not that I don't want to say that I don't like them. It's just the practice of holding a big palette. My vanity is in the corner of a bedroom. I don't have room to lay a huge palette down anywhere. So big palettes, not that I don't like them, they're just cumbersome. So I tend to not go for them as much. But if I do see a pretty big palette, I will buy it. So that's just how I am. I have Sickly Sweet, which in my opinion is the pastel palette. If you need pastels and you buy this palette, don't ever think about another pastel palette again, because this is just the one. It's so beautiful. It's perfect. There's neons in here. This palette is insane. This is one of, I mean, I only have 3 Blend Bunny palettes, and I think that they're just all so amazing. So I'm not going to get into favorites. But I will say, if you're the type of person that stores your palettes and want them to be the same size, it's not the same size. So it's a bit shorter and thicker than Sickly Sweet. I think that's it. Let me know which one of my 3 looks you like the most. I knew this was gonna be cute. I did, because this is up my alley, but it did push me out of my comfort a little, and that's what I need. So pretty, oh my god. Let me know which one you liked the most. If you enjoyed this, make sure to sub to my channel, like this video, leave me a comment, let me know which one you like the most. Also, I wanted to ask about when I'm doing 3 looks, 1 palette, I wanted to like maybe make rules, because sometimes I feel guilty about pulling a supplemental supporting palette, and I don't know if that's just self-imposed or y'all would think that that's cheating. So let me know, like when I'm doing 3 looks 1 palette, do y'all think it's okay for me to pull supplemental palettes? Because that's how I do makeup anyway. Usually I'm using at least 2 palettes. It's just how I operate, the way that I've curated my collection. But if y'all think it's cheating when I'm reviewing a palette to pull a supplemental, I will challenge myself not to do that. So just let me know. I'm also going to post a poll in my community tab soon, because I have 3 untouched palettes that I'm gonna ask y'all to choose which one y'all want me to do a 3 looks 1 palette plus review on. Again, if you enjoyed this, please make sure to give me a like, sub to the channel, and I will see you soon. Thanks so much for kicking it with me. Bye.